If you're new to cosplay, then you're probably going to be a little intimidated by adding electronics to your props. But don't worry, in this video we're going to talk about the different types of lights that you can add to a cosplay, and at the end I'm going to show you a few neat tricks that you can use to implement them without really showing the lights. So let's get into it. Starting with the easiest type of light, we have a simple on-off LED, single color. A lot of people like to use these for Iron Man cosplays, for the repulsors, because you just need the on and off. So if you only need one light in your cosplay and you only need it to be able to go on and off, these are going to be the easiest to use. Don't worry, I'll have links down in the description to all the different lights we're talking about. What if you want the same simple ease of use with a single color, but you need a strip of light instead of just a single light? That's where something like LED strips come into play. This is a single color LED strip. It's super simple to use, just on and off, powered by a portable charger. And I absolutely love anything powered by a portable charger because that means I can recharge it or at a con swap to another portable charger. Another great thing about LEDs is you can find them in a variety of different styles, sizes, and density of LEDs. So there's bound to be one that you can use somewhere. If you need something similar, but maybe a little smaller or dimmer, or something that can go on the outside of a prop, well, you can use EL wire. This stuff is super thin. It's great if you want to put it around maybe the edging of a prop or something like that. This one's just powered by two AA batteries, which makes it easy. You can find batteries basically wherever. Another odd thing I found is what's called fairy lights, and they're kind of weird and it's kind of hard to see, but they are lights all kind of in parallel, I think. It depends on which ones you get. But for the most part, they're spread out single LEDs. So if you need just certain areas of a prop lit up without having to do any soldering or anything like that, these might be something to consider in your prop. If you want more than one color, but you still want it to stay pretty simple, then you can use something like RGB lights. These are the same thing. They're LED multicolor lights. And instead, I can power them on and it will go between different colors. This one comes with a controller, so you don't need anything too fancy or anything like that, and can even be controlled with a remote, which means if you want to turn your prop on and off, you might not have to reopen it and do everything like that. I don't have one on hand, but you can get a single light source RGB light, just like the strip. You can control it, pick whatever color you want to, and kind of customize your colors. These are great if you want the simple ease of use, but at the same time, pick maybe a specific color, or if you just want to try out different colors in your prop. The next step up from that is going to be what's called addressable LEDs, and this is basically the bread and butter of all of my props. I love using these. Anything that has lights in it, I am going with addressables, and let's talk about why. Addressable LEDs are cool because just like the normal RGB lights, you can pick whatever light you want, but these you can actually control the individual lights and get basically whatever effect you really need out of this. So on this, I just have a rainbow effect going with a cheap controller that's probably like $2 on AliExpress if you really find it there. I'll have a link to Amazon. I know a lot of people prefer Amazon. And again, you can get these controllers powered by portable chargers, AA's, whatever you really need. And once you learn some electronics, you'll be able to go even further and control them with something like an Arduino. And I absolutely love using Arduinos. I realized that did not focus. We will go to my phone. Arduinos make it super, super controllable. You're gonna have to learn some code. You're gonna have to get a bit more comfortable with electronics. But at the end, you'll be able to do really cool effects with it, like I have in my Peacekeeper and my Sentinel. Just like other LED strips, you can get these in a variety of different styles. You can get them super thin, you can get them super large, super packed in LEDs, or spread out. All of these LED strips, you can also get them covered with like a diffuser or without the diffuser and kind of add a diffuser yourself, which we'll talk about later. I just want to restate that I prefer anything powered by 3-volt or 5-volt for most projects. And the reason for that is you can swap batteries or portable chargers at a con way easier than having maybe something like 12-volt or 24-volt. Now from here, you can get into stuff like custom PCB boards and everything like that. I think in this video, we're just gonna skip over that. If you guys want a tutorial on making more advanced electronics and lighting, please let me know down in the comments. But let's get on to some ways you can implement this into cosplay and really make a prop that stands out. One cool implementation of this is called fiber optic wire, and you can use LEDs to basically light one end. It'll light all the wire up a little bit, but it'll actually create a light at the other end. So you're basically using this with your light source to move the light however you need to. It's great if you need like a tube that looks lit up but evenly lit up, unlike EL wire, or if you just want to make points out of the prop that has light and all have it come from the same light source. Similarly, you can use a thin addressable LED strip through a tube to create basically a tube on your prop that lights up whatever color you want it. Now, you want to try and pick addressable LEDs that are the right size for the tube, so you want whatever size to be the same diameter as the inner diameter of the tube. So you'll have to get a bit careful with this. And again, I'll add a link to some of these tubings. It can create this really cool effect that you can kind of like move around and just route through your prop. And it does a bit of the diffusing of the light. If you've watched my older content, you know that my absolute favorite combination for light effects is going to be clear filament and LED lights. Take this for example. This is the shoulder piece to what is my Mark IV Mjolnir armor that I'm working on. It looks normal. It has light coats of paint over it, but if you paint it light enough, you can actually put LEDs on the inside and still have it light up through it. I absolutely love this effect. I have a few props that I've kind of planned to do at one point that will have this effect. It's a long list, but I've used this on a bunch of stuff. I've seen foam cosplayers also use this kind of effect, using white foam that's really thin to diffuse the light and allowing it to shine through, and then kind of painting lightly over it. You can use that style of effect on a bunch of different stuff. Usually it's just a clear material, a light coat of paint, and LEDs behind it. Another really cool thing you can do is if you have a helmet with a visor that is chrome, then you can kind of switch the direction that the chrome works by adding a light source to the inside of it. So if I put it on, sorry, my voice is going to be muffled. It's reflective on the outside right now, but I put LEDs across the top of it, which means if I turn them on and they come across, you can now see my face, which is really, really cool. Basically what it does is reverses the one-way mirror, because if there's darkness behind the chrome, it's going to reflect. And if there's more light in the chrome than outside, then you're going to be able to see through it. So I think that's a really cool trick that you can use, and I absolutely loved adding it to my ODST helmet. Now, the last of the neat tricks that I really like for cosplay is there's these like cosplay lenses. You've probably seen them if you watch like any big cosplayer, like armor cosplayer, and they're really cool, but they're kind of just single color LEDs hooked up to lenses. But there's this really cool effect you can do if you basically cut off where the LED is and use these with addressable LEDs. I did this on this Wraith Prestige helmet that I made for a friend at the end of last year, and it turned out really cool. To find cool effects, you just need to test whatever comes to your mind, because you never know, it could work and it could look really good. These also just work if you just want to have LEDs and helmet that you can see through. Some things to keep in mind when you're lighting your prop is going to be that you need a way to access both the power switch and the battery when you put this prop in. Unless you want one-time use out of it, which you probably don't, you're going to want to be able to swap out the batteries and be able to turn this thing on and off, replace the battery when you need to, and use it for as long as the prop stays put together. Again, I like to use 3 or 5 volt. Like I stated earlier, they're just so much easier to swap out. You can go with something like 12 volt or 24 volt. I'll actually be using a 12 volt battery in my Havoc build that's coming up. And something like this, if you want to keep it simple, just make sure you're going with something that you can swap batteries in easily. Now, I kind of showed the basic types of lights. You can do a lot more with these if you take the time to learn something like soldering, which if you guys are interested, I will make a tutorial video on as well. This just allows you to really move the lights where you need them, do a little bit more, and the same with Arduino. The thing to keep in mind that when you're looking at doing these, I know they can be intimidating. This thing that's stopping you is not how much you know now, it's how much you're willing to learn. So just make sure that you guys are open to learning new things, and this will at one point no longer be a problem or anything difficult to you. If you guys want more tutorial videos, just tell me what you want down below. I'll try and make them. There will be links to all of this down in the comments that you guys can use to just buy it on Amazon. And the last thing I want to say is thank you guys for still supporting the channel, even though it's been slow. I have some really cool builds that I'm working on. I'm going to try and get more videos out this year. And if you guys are going to GalaxyCon Richmond in March, hopefully I'll see you there.